Okay, we're ready.
I don't know, I'm gonna need this other ego.
Everybody got a brochure?
Yes.
Wow, I like tell my sweetheart that he put the right amount of brochures together. He's like, you have. I'm like, I don't think so, honey. Keep holding.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
So Michelle, you gonna give me testimonial?
I'm walking, right?
Okay. Here you go, sir. Here's the Michelle. Where's the eraser? All right. Whoops. Okay, what's the difference between healing and curing? Come on, this is a
Okay, so does curing get rid of it?
curing gets rid of it.
Well, okay.
I think curing is more about the physical body, and healing goes to deeper elements.
She said that. Speak louder, sweetheart.
Okay. So I was saying,
Stand up, speak up.
curing, I think, is more about the physical body. You can cure a broken bone, and healing goes to other levels, goes a little deeper, more encompassing.
That's good. Anybody else?
Healing is in progress, cure is finished.
Speak louder.
Healing is in progress, curing is a cure, like done. Could be done. Is it cured?
No.
Is it cured or curing?
Okay. Anybody else?
They're the same thing.
No, they're not the same. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing.
I would say healing works with problem, and curing would be doing it, it's gone.
This is good. Keep going.
Healing is ongoing, and cure is.
Okay, I need to find a cut clear prayer that it's somewhere. I don't know. I printed them off. I printed them off. Okay, who else? Who else wants to tell me the difference between healing and curing?
Maybe curing is getting at the cause of it, like pulling toxins or getting to the root of the problem.
This is great. If you go to the doctor, thank you. If you go to the doctor, if you have your leg cut off, is that curing or healing? Healing. Curing. Or healing. So this work is from Tibet, and it's called esoteric healing. Esoteric healing, and people always tell me that they have the blue book, and I'm like, which one? There's 26 blue books. You all say the same thing in the beginning, and this is from the Tibetan master named Cool. And he gave us this work, and this work is about love and joy. Love and joy. So today, Anne, are you here somewhere? Keep your hand up. Watch out. So I'm wearing my love and joy socks. So one of the ways that you can raise the vibration of yourself and the planet is to put love and joy into your vibration. So I have my love and joy socks on, and Anne is holding up the love and joy socks. The level of healing is joy. The level of healing is not anger. The level of healing is not fear. The level of healing is not shame. The level of healing is not guilt. Who's done something because they felt guilty? Come on, up, 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 up. More. You're going to do something because you have courage, because you have willingness, because you have reason, because you have peace, and because you have joy. The level of joy is 540. 540 on the power versus force scale, 540. Anybody familiar with David Hawkins' work? Okay, so in his scale, guilt and shame are the lowest vibration you can possibly have. The level of healing, joy, is 540. So I'm going to highly suggest that if you want to help raise the vibration of yourself and your family and the planet, But if you have an ice maker at home, then you put joy, 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 joy over it. If you have a water mug, you put joy, 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 joy on it. If you're doing chemo, God forbid anybody has to do chemo, you put joy, 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 joy on the chemo bag as it's coming into you. It will raise the vibration of the chemo. That's huge. If you're eating food, put joy on your plate. Put it on your placemat. That is how you do it. It is easy. Because, why is it so easy to do that? Excuse me?
Vibration.
Vibration, everything's a vibration. So healing means to make whole, and curing, if you have a headache and you take an aspirin, and the aspirin and the headache goes away, that is curing, but it comes back the next day. If you have gangrene in your leg and you get it cut off, that's curing. But the reason that if you had gangrene is because you didn't do the healing part. Healing means to make whole, to make whole. Okay, so everybody's probably done this before. I'm gonna need a timer. I wish there was a watch in here. I'm gonna talk as fast as I can to get as much information as possible. Okay, everybody put their hand out. Put your hand out. Everybody, don't do it like this. Like this. Okay? Put your hand out like this and tell me what your hand feels like. This is not an answer, honey. Use your words. Excuse me?
My palm feels like it's vibrating.
My palm feels like it's vibrating. What else? Excuse me?
Warm.
Warm. What else? Cool. One's warm, one's cool. What else we got? This is your hand. You cannot make a mistake. Tell me what it feels like. Heavy. What else?
Solid.
Solid. What else?
Steady.
Steady. Solid and steady.
Humming.
Humming. What else? Pulsation. What else? It's your hand. Kids, you gotta know what your hand feels like. Okay. Now take your other hand and go like this. And think, see, feel, sense, intuit something going on in between your hands and tell me what it is. Pardon me?
Feel pull.
You feel a pull. A pull, P-U-L-L. A pull. What else? Heat.
Energy spirals.
You can't use the word energy, honey.
Spiral.
Spirals.
Tingling.
Tingling. What else?
Magnetic pulse.
Magnetic pulse. What else?
Polarity.
Polarity. Wow, very advanced. Polarity.
Push or warm.
Push with warmth. What else? This is your hand. This is your bioelectric field. This is your L field. This is your prana. Now put your hands like this and see if it changes. Yes or no? It works better if you don't cross your legs. And don't tell me you don't feel anything because you have to, because you're alive. You may not feel much, but as long as you're standing in this room, you're alive. Say again. Repulsion and attraction. Okay. Now I want you to pick the way you feel, whatever you're feeling in between your hands the most. Is it this way or is it this way? We're going to do an experiment to figure it out. Which way do you feel it the most? There's no right or wrong. Got it? Now, this is going to answer part of this talk. I want you to feel what's in between your hands or see it or whatever you've got going on here. I want you to sense the room. Sense the room. And now I want you to think about something that bothers you a lot. A lot. And observe what happens in the room and in between your hands. What happens? Hurry up before I get really sick. What happens when you think about something that really bothers you? Excuse me? Feel trapped. What else? Closed off. Very good. What else?
The energy diminished.
The energy diminished. Very good. What else?
Short circuit.
Short-circuited. Great word. Who said that? Very good. What else?
Tense.
Hmm?
Tense.
Tense. Very good. How does the room feel? Blockage. There's a lot of blockages. Okay, let's stop this right now. I want you to think about something that gives you great joy. Great joy, something that you love. Came back. She's back. What else?
Lighter.
Lighter. What else? How's the room feel?
Openness.
Oh, open. Okay. Well, listen. Part of this talk. I've copied it. Discover your own bioelectric field and how it is affected by your thoughts and by those around you. You just did that. Experience your own and others' energy fields and how the energy in the room can affect you. You want to walk into a room that's loaded with guilt and shame? Or you want to walk into a room that's filled with love and joy? Love and joy? Guilt and shame. Love and joy? Guilt and shame. All right. So guess what? The holidays are coming up. So are we going to approach the holidays with guilt and shame or love and joy? Love and joy. Well done. Well done. These socks are working. And Anne has them for you to buy if you want. Okay. Now, I have to answer the question. What's the difference between the soul and the monad? Everybody has a brochure, and this diagram is in your brochure. So what's the difference between the soul and the monad? Who's heard of the monad? Raise high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people out of however many are in here, 50. What's the difference between the soul and the monad?
The way I see it is the soul is the individual soul, but the monad is the oversoul. One blood.
Not in this work, it's not.
Okay.
But that's a very good answer. What else? Anybody else want to take a stab at it? The difference between the soul and the monad. And that's one of the differences of this work from Tibet is much different than Reiki. Who's familiar with Reiki? It's much different than Reiki. It's much different than prana healing. It's much different than therapeutic touch. It's much different than polarity. It's much different than shamanic work. I've studied them all. But this one is my favorite. So the difference between, okay, so everybody here has a physical body, right? Show of hands, everybody's got a physical body, yes? Good. Everybody here has emotions, yes? You like the way you feel all the time? Everybody here thinks? Yes?
Yes.
Good, okay. So we have a physical body, we have an emotional body, and we have thoughts. Now, according to the esoteric traditions, and that's why you're here, all of this is spiritual energy. It's all spiritual energy. But there's different levels or vibrations of spiritual energy. Okay, there's different levels or vibrations of spiritual energy. The soul, which is recognized in a lot of the other energetic traditions, is the first part of the spiritual energy. The other traditions, in my experience, and I don't know everything, they do not recognize what's called the spiritual triad. The spiritual triad. And not a lot of other traditions recognize what the monad is. Okay? So, if you know what, let me just, I'm going to walk over there. We have a lot of extra stuff. Oh, put that on. That lever button. There you go. Excellent. Okay. Now, the monad is called the I am presence. The I am presence. I want you to feel it. I am here. I am here. I am. Can you feel that? And this monad is what the life thread of your body comes from. It comes from the monad. the I am presence. And attaches all the way through into the physical body, into your heart organ, into your heart organ. The life thread comes from the monad. It doesn't come from the soul. It doesn't come from the spiritual triad. It comes from the monad. So you can actually be dead on the soul level, but if your life thread is still attached on the monadic plane into your heart organ, if you know somebody that knows what they're doing, you can actually come back to life. Pretty cool. Now, the other difference is that in here is where the origins of fibromyalgia comes from. Autism, Lou Gehrig's disease, cancer, diabetes, Parkinson's, MS. The origin starts here. So I am a traditional physical therapist by trade, still have a license. I used to treat people with those diagnoses here on the physical body. That was great. Didn't help them. Because you have to have the monad, which doesn't have the imbalance to pull through. And there happens to be a meditation for free that I used to sell. You can go to my website, The Esoteric Guru, and I will talk you through this. And if we have enough time, I'll do it for you today. But I used to sell it, now I give it away. But I also have a blog site, YouTube site, thanks to Jessica, and it's there for free too. Just have, do you have that? You have to,
Just do a search on YouTube for her name.
it's free. I have all my clients do it. All my clients do it. This connection. And I had a child in Florida when I was living in Florida that was about to get kicked out of school for his behavior. He had Down syndrome, and he was pretty aggressive, and so I gave it to his mom to listen to. So he listened to it every night. One night she forgot, and he said, "Where's the lady? Where's the lady?" And that was me, and it completely changed his behavior in meditation. Why? Because energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. So the way that you think changes the way that you feel. The way that you think changes the way you feel. And my meditation talks about building the rainbow bridge or the Antakarana. I just happen to have a book, The Rainbow Bridge or the Antakarana. And it's the higher states of consciousness. Higher states of consciousness. Anybody can do it. You listen to my meditation, not once, but you do it every day. You will raise your vibration to a higher state of consciousness, which means you will see things differently. You will think differently. You will be different. It will change your life for the greater good. Who doesn't want the highest and the best for yourself? Highest and the best good for yourself. Highest and best good for the planet. No brainer. Or do you want the crappiest and the lowest? Somebody said to me, I already have the crappiest and the lowest. Give me the highest and best. Okay, energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. So before I came here today, guess what I did? I did. Because I got to raise all of you up now too. Okay? So I did. I built this bridge to higher states of consciousness, and I connected to all the souls and the monads that were going to be here today, and I asked for the highest and best good for you, whatever that is for you at this moment, at this time. And I didn't know who was coming, and I don't know anybody's names, but I still want the highest and best good for you, because the higher you go, the more you can help the planet, the more that you can help the planet, and this planet needs help. Right? How are we doing for time? We're doing great. Okay. So, Another way to look at this, where's the, okay. So the other way that you can look at this, has everybody here been on an airplane at some point?
Yes.
What do they tell you to do? They tell you to put your own oxygen mask on before you help anybody, right?
Correct.
Correct? Everybody's heard that? Please put your own oxygen mask on before you help anybody. That's what we want to do all the time. We want to put our spiritual oxygen mask on. So this would be me. I'm putting my spiritual oxygen. This is the creator, whatever you want to call this, the divine, higher power, universal life force, Buddha, oh, I don't care, whatever. Pick it. So I always just call it the source of your understanding, whatever that is for you at this moment, at this time. Because I have to be able to treat people of all different religious traditions. And I do the best that I can, although I'm not perfect, to have the name of their religious tradition. Okay, so this would be me. This picture also happens to be on my website if you can't live without it. I have 3 of them. I have one. Okay, if I'm treating somebody, this is this person and this is their soul. And if there was somebody else in the room, this would be their soul. And in between, which is not in here, in between here is the monad. So when I work with parents, say this is the mom, this is one child, this is another child, and then their significant other. So we're always working to raise the vibration. All you have to do is think, because energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Highest and best good. Highest and best good. Energy follows thought. What does energy follow?
Thought.
Exactly. Good. Good listening. Okay. Now this is a picture of how the energy flows into the body. Who's familiar with the chakras? Okay. So the chakras, for the purpose of this talk, there's 7 of them. Energy flows into the chakras. There's 21 lines of energy or nadis that cross to make a chakra. The acupuncture points, there's 2 lines of energy or nadis that cross to make an acupuncture point. So this is stronger than acupuncture. People say acupuncture, but it didn't last. That's because 2 lines of energy cross, 21 cross here. The first place to get the energy in the physical body is the nervous system. That's why we have Valium. That's why we have Ambien. That's why we have Lamictal. That's why we have antidepressants. Because we're going to work on the nervous system and bring it up or calm it down. But we can do it with this work faster and it'll last longer. The antidepressants, we don't want you to be depressed. We don't want you to jump off the bridge. But they're not designed for you to be on forever. There's somebody here that's selling CBD, a much better alternative than an antidepressant. If you're on antidepressants now, don't just stop. Wean yourself off and take the CBD instead. And so the nervous system gets the energy, then the endocrine system, then the blood. The last place it gets the energy, according to the esoteric tradition, is the organ, the last place. So if you have a stomach problem, it didn't start in the stomach, it started in the solar plexus, which is the chakra that deals with the stomach. I'm fluent in chakra. English and chakras. That's what I'm good at. Okay, now guess what season it is? It's the cold season. It's the flu season. So, ready? Catch a cold. Ready? The flu's going around. Okay, you want to get it? Because that is a belief. Get your flu shot. Did you have your flu shot? You know you're going to get the flu. You don't have a flu shot. Okay, now, one of my mentors, 2 of them, Carolyn Mason, Norm Shealy. Who's familiar with them? Carolyn Mason, Norm Shealy. When I studied with them, they reamed us out. Ooh, it was not pretty. Ooh. But I'm going to tell you what they have to say about the cold and the flu. And I encourage you to tell everybody you know about this. Happens to be in the book called The Creation of Health. I highly suggest you get it for your library. If you don't have it, run right out and get it. The Creation of Health. Dr. Shealy started the American Holistic Association, he was a neurologist. Carolyn Mace is a medical intuitive. So, what Norm does in this book is he tells the symptoms of the cold. Everybody's had a cold at some point, so I don't have to demonstrate the symptoms. Thank you. Okay, so he tells about the symptoms. And he said, it has been known for many years that a cold only affects someone whose immune system is already weakened, and that furthermore, the cold virus is not something that is caught. So don't buy it. Don't fall into that trap. Some researchers believe, in fact, that certain varieties of the cold virus live in the body and manifest themselves during a state of diminished immunity. So what happens? What happens in the winter months? What happens?
You don't get sun.
You don't get sun, but what else happens?
You're indoors.
You're indoors, but what else happens? The holidays. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Kwanzaa, we have Hanukkah, we have Valentine's Day, we have Tax Day. Those are very stressful times. They all happen to fall in the winter months when it is stressful. And for those of you that, okay, he goes on to say there are a number of studies, for instance, indicating that individuals who are healthy and strong and are exposed to extremes of cold without clothes on do not necessarily develop a cold, clearly indicating the strength of their immune system. So if you have a cold or the flu, there are two chakras that are involved. Who knows what they are? Nope. Heart chakra. Heart chakra goes to your immune system, and the basic or the root chakra. That deals with your adrenals, and that's when you become emotionally exhausted. So if you have a cold, think, aha, what's bugging my heart? Aha! Oh, really? I have to go home for the holidays again? Ugh. Okay? And what's making you exhausted? So the cold and the flu, heart chakra and root chakra or basic chakra. And Carolyn Mace says, a person becomes susceptible to the cold virus as a result of emotional exhaustion brought on by the ordinary business of living. The important factor in understanding the cold virus is that it's primarily an emotional dysfunction. So yes, the physical body is affected, but it comes from emotional exhaustion. Remember that. I can't remember the last time I got the cold or the flu once I figured it out. I'm self-employed, I can't afford to take time off from work. Okay? So something for you to think about as you go through this ho, ho, ho holiday season. Okay, any questions so far? Yes.
Some things like the recurring sinusitis or
Okay.
recurring infection things, is that the same as a cold and flu?
That's an excellent question. Recurrent is one thing. Sinusitis is another. So yeah. This is great. Thanks for helping me bring this forward. Okay. What chakra? What chakra goes to the sinuses? Somebody's going like this. This is your, in this work is called your ajna, A-J-N-A, A-J-N-A. This is not the third eye in this work, okay? I'm going to answer that sinus question, don't worry. A-J-N-A. Everybody has an ajna, but not everybody has a third eye. Okay, so let's make this different. So everybody in here has a third eye. Wouldn't be here otherwise. If you're in Joe's Bar and Grill doing shots at 10 o'clock in the morning at Jack Daniels, you have an ajna, but you do not have a third eye. Third eye is built as a result of spiritual orientation. The higher you go, the more you get to help people. It's that simple. Okay, so the ajna goes with the sinuses. Those are the sinuses. The frontal lobe of the brain goes with the ajna. The hypothalamus, the anterior and posterior pituitary. The ajna is the willingness to be truly open-minded, to see, hear, and observe without preconditions. Truly open-minded, to see, hear, and observe without preconditions. The willingness. Willingness is 310 on the power versus force scale, so that's powerful. Okay? Anything with an itis,
Information.
itis equals anger. Ooh. Ah. Okay, and good Lord, thank God we don't have.
That's Carolyn Mace's diagnosis, definition?
No,
No?
it's part of the esoteric teaching,
Oh, okay.
the energy medicine, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so anything with itis is anger. Rheumatoid arthritis, recurring sinusitis, irritation to someone close to you. That's Louise Hay's book, formed Hay House. Bursitis, tendinitis, endocarditis, hepatitis, any of the itises, anger. Can you imagine if we all put it in one place? It would not be good. Okay.
So anger towards yourself, towards others, or
Yeah,
maybe both?
yeah, between both ways.
Maybe both.
Yeah, both ways.
So it can even,
Anger is 150 on the power versus force scale. It's destructive to yourself and society at large. So shame and guilt are the lowest, 20 and 30. Anger is 150. Courage is 200. So you want to be encouraged or willingness or reason or love or joy instead, to the best of your ability. And when I studied with Carolyn and Norm just a few years ago, they said that you had to be in the present time of joy between 60 and 80% of the time. This is the ball and chain season, so be careful. It's the season of ball and chain. Great time for a talk, don't you think? Okay, any other question?
What about depression and anxiety?
Okay, depression is the past, anxiety is the future. Healing occurs in the moment. In the moment.
they're not like little kids who aren't really aware of all the emotions and all that, and they do everything together, they all catch each other's colds.
Yeah, okay, well, what's going on in the family? What's going on in the environment? You gotta look at that. Did their father just get fired? Is there stock market crash recently? You know, that sort of thing. What's going on energetically? We have an interesting political situation right now. Everybody has an opinion about it.
So you're
It's very stressful for people.
that like they'll energetically pick up on the other kids' emotional unwellness, and then they'll
Sure.
become unwell.
Why not? Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought.
And vaccines shaking off and all that. That's a big.
Vaccines are big. We're not going to go into that right now. I only have 5 more minutes. What else?
What's the scale you're referring to? Hertz?
Oh, David Hawkins' book, Power versus Force.
What about diabetes?
What about it? Dependency issues, needing something sweet in your life. Solar plexus chakra on the soul level. Okay, thank you. Every chakra has a physical level, an emotional level, a mental level, a personality level, a soul level, and a spiritual level. So when you have an imbalance on the soul level, it means you have to change your level of consciousness to something else. So diabetes is on the soul level. Cancer is on the soul level. Parkinson's is on the soul level. Fibromyalgia is on the soul level. Lou Gehrig's disease is on the soul level. So you have to have the monad to truly heal that situation. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm teaching a class on January 26th. And anybody can do this. And if you sign up today, we give you 10% off. So one-day class from 9:30 to 6:30.
Where?
At the moment, it's going to be in Katona. But if you can't come, guess what? We Zoom it. She's my Zoom. So the next class on January 26th There's somebody from Australia that's going to be taking it on Zoom. And if you go to my website, there's an interview, or I think it's on the YouTube site, but Path 11, the organizer of that show, she's taking it too. She's coming down from Saratoga to take it. We always have room for people. We don't turn anybody away. I have forms here. Question. Excuse me?
26 miles.
Question.
So how does one become trained in this, and what are some examples of how you actually treat a client? Are you
Okay, so
changing
when I
belief
treat the-
systems?
When I
or-
treat the client, I connect here, myself. I connect to the client soul and monad. I ask for the highest and best good, whatever that is at this moment at this time. And using the principles of energy follows thought. Say I have my client right here. I do a lot of long distance work. That's the front and that's the back. So I'll think about the ajna and I'll balance that. Solar plexus, basic, sacral, solar, heart, throat. So I'm evaluating and treating. And I evaluate which level is out of alignment. I make a note of it. I can't remember everything. And then I do the nervous system, because that's the first area that gets the energy. And then depending on what I find and what information I get intuitively, then when people come to me, I ask them to pick 3 emotional things that they have not been able to resolve on their own. Who's got 3 things that you haven't been able to resolve on your own? Recurring, and more than 3. Okay. So I have them email it to me, and then I decide which one is the most important. And after I do the alignment, after I do the nervous system and a few other things, then I have, okay, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, oh good. I have them think about what's bothering me, and I can take the trauma out. Okay, and the other way that you can take the trauma out in the 3 minutes that I have, and I made copies of this. This is a form of theta healing, which is also what I do, but I give all of my clients this. You wanted it for your daughter, I think. So I want you to observe what you feel like now. Okay, and then I'm going to read with authority. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Father, Mother God, creator of all that is, it is commanded that all negative thought forms, low vibrational energy, and energy that is not mine and everybody's in this room be sent to God's light now. It is also commanded that any wayward or entities in my energy, the energy of everybody in this room, my space, everybody's here space, be sent to God's light now. It is also commanded that any cords, hooks, or other attachments that were formed be pulled and sent to God's light now and replaced with unconditional love. It is also commanded that any energy or soul fragments that were exchanged be pulled clean and sent back to their original owner now. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you, and so it is.
Thank you.
Very good. We'll be outside if you have any questions. And selling love and joy socks. This is information about the class, and here's the clear prayer for everybody that wants it. Thank you.
Karen, anything you want to know?